This is a video on how to use Blackboard Collaborate, the chat room that the online campus uses. So the first thing is you're going to get an email from some person, OC coordinator, OC science, or OC math from the online campus, and you're going to want to click on this area right here that says join the Blackboard in Collaborate session. That is the teacher shell. This one is going to be the student one, and this one is a link to a calendar. You also will receive emails from whoever set it up, in this case OC coordinator, weekly or anytime after you do the chat. So I'm going to then go into my chat room, which is here, and you see it sends something down here. This is if you're using Collaborate. Ultra is HTML5, so it's slightly different. And you double click on it and it's going to ask you a couple questions. Boom, and then run, and then it should be coming up in a second. It's going to ask you the speed. I just always say OK for whatever it comes up on, and then you're going to get into the chat room. And the only reason it didn't ask me there is because I have done this a couple times today. You immediately say start. I'm not going to do that here, but you usually either red X's on all of these things. Since I've been here today, I already have unchecked them, and you want to do this. If you run your cursor over each, chat permission for example, I usually don't do the whiteboard right away because I don't want the kids to be able to write on the whiteboard unless I want them to do it. If you ever ask them to respond to things, for example, you could say give me applause or give me a check mark. It's a great idea to ask them, or a thumbs up every couple of minutes, just to make sure you check in and make sure they're doing it. Obviously, to talk, you push this button. 3 other people can talk at one time. Video takes a lot of bandwidth, so you might want to do it, but you probably don't want to ask the kids to do it. If you want to put them in Collaborate rooms, breakout rooms, you go to here, and you go down to breakout rooms. And you can either allow them to move themselves around. More likely you'd want to create them, and it asks you how many, and so you could change it to 5, for example, and distribute evenly, or don't move them, or whatever. When you create it, you'll see that it's created some rooms there for you to, if you had kids, they would have all gone there. Then you want to put something in there. So for example, you could load content, which is, let's see if I have something to load. So here's a PowerPoint, and you'd probably want to do this before class starts, and it's fairly quick. And once it loads, it will be there, so I just exit off, but you just can go through the different things that you need. And if you go to tools again and you go to whiteboard, and you can say, oops, you can copy all whiteboards, copy page to breakout rooms. And let's say we don't want to do it in room 1 but want to do it in the others, and then you say copy, and then if you go to main room and you go to room 2, what you see, you know you're in the room because you have the red line and you've been moved there. You just dismiss it. Now if I go back to room 1, for example, and I want to write on the whiteboard, which is what I have, I go over here and I just would start typing, hi, I am in room 1, and you can of course change the font and make it bigger, or change whatever, and even change the color. So it's probably not a good color. And you can, there are a whole lot of different things tools that you can use that are, and if you run your cursor over here, you can see what each one does. Drawing pens, etc. If you want to have application sharing, that means that you want to share something on your desktop. You'd click on whatever it was and then say share it. It would share with them. If you want to do something on the web, you want to make sure it says follow me. So you just click on it, and as long as the follow me is there, the page will come up, and then you can go back and forth between these things. So, for example, you're in the in room 1. So what I want to go here is Tool and go to Whiteboard, and then I want to copy all whiteboards to main room. So then I go back to the main room, and here we are. Here's the room from room 1. Now it's copied back in. So what you can do is you can give your classes an assignment that they have to follow and do, and then you can share with the main room. And there are other tasks that you can use beyond these 3. Most of them are self kind of just obvious. For example, in a chat, send an announcement that will go out to all the rooms. You might want to say you have a minute left. If you want to move between rooms, you just go to all the rooms. If you want a graphing calculator, follow the moderator. For example, would be another one. And polling, if you want to do a polling, let's say you want to do an ABCD, and there you go. That you just say, well, A is, if the answer is 1, and everybody would push A or B or C or none, whatever they thought it was. And again, so everything is just, if you want to record and you forgot to do it like I did, if you want a timer, you can start the timer. If you need to go to video and check the video, if you want to go to Audio Wizard Setup, which every kid probably has to do at least once, you would start here by clicking on it and then pushing the steps. For example, that, pushing play.
Welcome to the Audio Setup Wizard.
And it just asks you the questions. So those are really the tools that you have in this powerful Blackboard Collaborate. I hope you found this somewhat helpful, and ask more questions if you got them. Bye.